Good morning, Mark.
Hey, Britt.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure. How you doing?
Good. So we're standing on the reason why I emailed you.
Okay.
Ever since we moved in 4 years ago, our driveway has been a serious problem. Every time I drive my car up, it's been bottoming out in the center section.
But I can also see that you've used a bunch of different materials. You have some pavers here. Aesthetically, it's not the greatest.
No.
And function-wise, we'll do what we can with it, but these stone walls are great. I love the landscape. The house looks like it's just been painted, so the only thing you really need to tie everything together would be a brand new driveway.
I can't agree more. I think I'd much rather weed my garden than have to weed my driveway every weekend.
All right, that makes perfect sense. So why don't we get some jackhammers, some sledgehammers, some shovels, some picks, and get this stuff out of here.
Awesome.
All right, let's go. All right, Britt. So first thing we have to do is call a utility locating service, which I've already done. That means there's no utilities in the driveway, so we can just bang away at it. This is basically a 10 by 10 pad, which is certainly doable for 2 people. Before we go, I should give you a little lesson on the jackhammer. All right. So I'm gonna look for the weakest spot, which is going to be right about here. You can see all that soft material.
Yep.
So when we actually crack this concrete, it'll have somewhere to break off to. You're going to go down, break that piece off. You're going to pull back, get yourself set, start banging again.
Sounds easy.
All right, here you go. And don't forget, that's the trigger.
All right.
So as soon as you touch that, this thing's going to go off. Get your gear on. We need eyes and ears. Hey, Britt, I'm going to take this pick. I'm going to pry up those pieces. You can just toss them into the pile.
All right, awesome. All right, Mark, now that we're moving to the asphalt, do we need to do anything differently?
Well, now that you bring it up, we're going to switch hammers, okay? This one's a lot smaller and it's a lot lighter, mainly because the material is a lot softer. Okay. We've changed the bit on this one. As you can see, this one has a little bit of a scoop on it. This hammer actually operates on a button, not a trigger.
Okay.
So as soon as you push that button, it's going to go. So, and once we get done with all this, we're going to cart everything off to actually 2 different places. The concrete is recycled in a different place than the asphalt. So the concrete's being shuffled off right now, and once we break this up, load it into the truck, and it'll go to another recycling plant.
All right.
All right, let's get going.
Great. This is a lot easier than the other one.
It's a lot easier, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we're able to analyze the existing base. Luckily for us, it's gravelly enough to leave in place. I love to do that only because I know the stuff is settled. It's been here for a long, long time, so it's where it's supposed to be. All I want to do is run the compactor on it just to make sure, do our due diligence. After that, we will bring in some 3/4 inch stone just for proper drainage. Next, we'll run the compactor over the stone.
Hey, Mark, what's that for?
What this is just a fiber board, but because we know the new concrete is going to be moving differently than the stone in the existing concrete, which is the garage and the sidewalk, we want to make sure we put an expansion buffer in there so when everything is moving, it's moving into a soft area, not something that's rigid and hard. It was actually part of the downfall of the original driveway. So we're going to alleviate that problem.
Okay.
But going down the stone walls, this is actually the same thing. It's just a buffer, but it's made of styrofoam. What's going to be different about the front and the sidewalk going down those stone walls is all the inconsistencies that the stone wall provides. So that's why we want to use a flexible material like this. And then, of course, the concrete will keep it secure. All right, Britt, so what we're doing right now is very important. This is our reinforcement. So we lay this wire down, and when we're pouring the concrete, we'll pick it up halfway to make sure it's in the concrete, but it's a step we can't miss. This is going to keep the concrete together. All right, that's great.
So are we all ready to pour then?
Yes, we are. Let's get at it.
Awesome.
All right, Britt, so the truck just pulled up, but let's do a quick review. We had two choices, asphalt and concrete. We chose concrete just because it's long lasting. It's a tough winter up here in New England, so we did need something that was going to be sturdy. We're going to go about 6 inches. We know we have car traffic back and forth, so we want to make sure we're thick enough. We're going to use a very strong concrete, which is about 5,000 PSI, which is pounds per square inch.
Okay.
The coloration, we're going to stay with the normal gray. To put a color in up here in New England is tough. It doesn't wear so well, so we'll leave that part out of it. But other than that, I think we're ready to go.
Awesome.
All right, grab your shovel. This is called a bull float. It's going to even out all the low spots and knock down all the high spots. You got it right there. You're a natural. Yep. I'm going to take it from you in a minute because you're going to put me out of a job soon. So.
Mark, when we're done leveling this off and smoothing it out, how are we going to finish the edge?
Well, because we've always had a unique situation here, right? We knew we had to customize a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is curl the edge back with this trowel. That'll give you easy in, easy out, right? Because we've got a curve there. But what it's also gonna do is channel the water that runs down the hill.
Awesome.
All right, Britt, so we're finally here, ready to do the finish. This is gonna be simple, but it's gonna be exactly what we want, and that's skid resistant. So if you take the broom, which is what is going to provide us with that skid resistance. You want to start up there.
Okay.
And then all you're going to do is pull back, and if pulling this pole back is good for you like that, that's great. If not, you just walk it back right out into the street.
All right.
Yep, a little hard to handle. Go down as soft as you can. That's great. Don't worry, a little overlap more than 2 inches is fine. All right, Britt, this is the last pass, and we're done.
Wow, looks great.
Great. Now all we have to do is let it set up, and you're good to go.
Wow, Mark, it looks amazing.
All right, I am happy as heck because this is exactly what I wanted. It was the missing piece for the aesthetics of the house, and now you can see the way that concrete floats into that wall, how it floats into this wall. I'm just happy with it.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Anything I should know about maintenance going forward?
Well, what you're gonna wanna do is stay off of it for at least 7 days. That's when it's set. It's actually a 28-day cure, but you'll get away with the 7. And the other thing is absolutely no salt. Actually, look down at the walkway right now and you can see all those pock marks. Yep. That's from the salt being spread or salt coming off the street during the winter. But that is the reason why we never use salt.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So other than that, you should be ready to go.
That's amazing. It looks great, and I can't believe how awesome everything looks.
All right, well, you're a big help.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Britt. See ya.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.